forge my own path.
I want to be the fastest person out here. I want to be the strongest person out here. I wish they had a bench press competition because I just hit 300.
My final words will be, I'm 59. And I beat all your...
That is a look at Canada's #1 reality show, Survivor, which just keeps getting better and better as its 47th season is on its way, and it's just one of the many hits that have anchored Global TV's amazing schedule.
And joining us this morning to talk returning hits and some new shows coming to Global, here is Troy Reeb, Executive Vice President, Networks and Content of Corus Entertainment. Troy, always a pleasure.
It's nice to see both of you. Thank you for having me on. Yeah.
Good to see you as always. All right, let's talk about Global, the year that we've had, because it really has been a great year. We're looking at, I think we're going to put it up here in the monitor, we're looking at a lot of #1 shows in this lineup.
Well, look, getting through fall of 23, that was not a great time. We had the writer's strike, we had the actor's strike going on in Hollywood. A lot of our shows kind of disappeared from the schedule for a while, but they all came roaring back in February. And since we've had our full schedule return, we've dominated the top 20 in Canada, and we expect we're going to do so this fall. What you're looking at on the screen behind us is the new schedule coming for this fall, which we're announcing later today officially. Viewers getting a sneak peek right now, and we couldn't be more excited that many of our biggest hits are coming back. You see all those FBIs there. NCIS, which is like the granddaddy of all dramas on television, just keeps going. Now has a new spin-off set in an earlier era. And this one's actually going to be narrated by Mark Harmon, who we got to meet with in LA a few weeks back. And this is about the origin story of Leroy Jethro Gibbs, who of course was the iconic character for all those seasons on NCIS. And this is how he started out in the early 90s.
So let's just count the #1s, though, because we've got, as I said, we have the #1 reality show, #1 series.
#1 series overall, 911. So it is the biggest show on television. The #1 daytime talk show with Drew Barrymore. And Drew, by the way, is now going to come in mid-season. She's going to be hosting a new edition of the Hollywood Squares. We love Drew so much. We're picking that one up as well. And then, of course, the #1 late night show with Saturday Night Live. 50 years. It's going to be celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, and it just keeps getting stronger. All 50 seasons have aired on Global, and not only will we have SNL back on Saturday nights this year, it's going to have all kinds of special episodes as well, celebrating the music of SNL, the best sketches of all time, the biggest hosts of all time.
Wow, that'll be awesome.
They'll be in prime time. So.
All right. Let's also look to the future, because joining the Global TV family in the fall, Oscar and Emmy winner Kathy Bates. And this is a Matlock reboot?
It is a reboot of Matlock, and this is not your grandfather's Matlock. She makes a joke about getting laid in the pilot episode. You can tell it's not your grandfather's Matlock. This is an incredibly nuanced, well-written show that features an Oscar winner just chewing the scenery, where she leans into playing kind of this hokey lawyer, like, a small-town lawyer like Andy Griffith was on the original, but in fact she's much more sophisticated behind the scenes and is pretty much manipulating everybody in the cast.
Oh, gosh, that looks great. Okay. Also, huge news, if you're a fan of Modern Family, and who isn't, Julie Bowen is coming.
Yes, Julie Bowen starring in a show called Hysteria, and this is a complete departure. If you're a Modern Family fan, this is more like if you're a Stranger Things fan. This is set in the 80s during the satanic panic around heavy metal music and the fear that their kids were all getting into satanic cults. She plays a mom of a teenager in a small town who happens to be in like a garage heavy metal band, but there's actual real cult activity taking place in the background and something, very otherworldly going on. So it's this really great mystery. It's kind of scary at times, but as I say, if you're a Stranger Things fan, this is absolutely going to be a fantastic show, and it's coming to Stack TV this fall.
All right, look forward to that. Let's talk a bit more about some of the especially channels and programming, and in the drama space in particular, and some of the other stars that are joining our lineup.
Well, we talk about Kathy Bates, like major movie star, Academy Award winner, and this is a big change, right? It used to be there were movie stars and there were TV stars. Now movie stars are actually gravitating to series television because it's allowing more creative range, and I think you're going to see that with some of our other big titles as well. One of the shows I'm most excited about is Day of the Jackal, starring Eddie Redmayne, Academy Award winner, as the Jackal, being chased by Lashana Lynch, who played the other 007 in the last James Bond movie. So she's now back as an MI6 agent pursuing Eddie Redmayne, who is almost unrecognizable unrecognizable. He is so jacked, and and he's just like incredibly athletic and doing these amazing stunts as he gets away as this killer assassin. We have Oscar winner Colin Firth, who's going to be leading a show called Lockerbie, which is about the terrorist bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 back in the 80s and the search for justice for his family, because he was the father of one of the victims. And just like some really, really big stars that are going to be coming to the small screen.
Exciting. All right. Also exciting, mornings on Global. Can you tell us a little bit more about what we're seeing?
Well, one of my favorite things about coming on this show is that it is, in fact, the #1 national morning show in this slot across the country. And
I think, guys, I come on. Like,
How
we
about
need
a
to
round of applause
high
there?
five.
That is amazing news. So, right there. So,
so I'm getting the high fives too early because I haven't made
Need
the
more?
announcement about whether the show's been renewed for another season yet.
How could you not?
No, the good news is that the morning show, of course, is going to be back for another
thanks for
year.
that pause, Troy.
Look, we get such fantastic feedback about this program and really about the two of you, and we hear it from the viewers, we hear it from the stars who get to sit in this seat and get interviewed by you, and there's just even as a boring old executive sitting in this seat, I get to feel the warmth of this team both on and off camera, and it's a thrill to be with you, and congratulations, guys, on coming back for another
Thank you, and thank you to the viewers, everybody watching, because obviously we could not do it without you tuning in each and every day. And so great that Global News Morning and the local markets and the morning show have really teamed up to, deliver #1 audiences right across the country.
Well, we saw what happened with one of our competitors where they actually cut their weekend newscasts and they cut their noon newscasts across the country. And we just said, we can't do that. Look, the news business is under heavy pressure these days, but Canadians need their local news. They rely on it. It's important, and we need to be there for them. And we've had to make some tough decisions too, but there's nothing more important than ensuring our local news is still on the air in all of our locations across the country. So tribute to you and tribute to all of our local teams in global stations from coast to coast.
All right, well said. Troy, good to see you as always. Thank you so much for this. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on, and we're all excited to toast the fall season.
Yes. All right.